Okay, so my second video on the Reach Around by Covert Instruments. I did another video. This will be a little different. I'm going to do the chat first, and then I'm going to do a demonstration afterwards, because the chat is probably going to help, that way you get some context going into the chat. I'm gonna hopefully do two demonstrations from this side and then one from the other side. The other side, I really wanna show what I'm talking about with one of the, you can call it an issue or just something to be aware of when using this tool. So let's get into it. So I did mention in the last video that one of the things you gotta be aware of is this getting kind of jammed up in here when you're trying to use it. So my suggestion is that when you go to do this, just keep the string taut as you're trying to get under it. The other thing, again, I mentioned in the other video that this part here is pretty thick. This door, I was just barely able to get it under. And so I suggest that you also keep the string that they give with you, just in case you need to take this off and use just the string to get underneath it. The other thing while practicing and doing stuff is when you're pulling on this and doing things, just, be careful that you don't hit the button while you're trying to do it. Just something to be aware of. That happened to me a few times because I just wasn't paying attention. With all that said, the other issue with this part that I noticed, and again, hopefully the demonstration on the other side is going to show it better. So my first video, the doorknob's different. It doesn't have this back part that comes out. And I talked about when you do it, pull the string more kind of at an angle rather than straight down past the doorknob so that you can get the right angle so that it doesn't slip off. But now what I've discovered is that the gap at the end here is so small that actually it's kind of difficult to get this piece to slide back there. Okay, so again, hopefully the demonstration, you'll be able to see that. Okay, again, maybe another reason to make sure you always have the string, the other string. The other thing that happened while I was trying to use this, now the first video, it wasn't an issue until I got here to try this door. You have to make sure, save yourself some time, and even though this stores nicely, you bend it and it clips together and stores nicely. Unfortunately, what that does is it creates a bow in the rod, which is only a big deal if. So what happened is when I first got it out and I tried the demo, I didn't even really check. I didn't think it was going to be an issue. So definitely learned something, is that it was too low. I couldn't get the handle. So what I ended up doing is basically, bending this rod more straight to get it to be longer. Now I didn't do it perfectly, so it's a little cattywampus. And yes, cattywampus is a word, I believe. But you can still get under it, no big deal. Not a problem, but just I would say if you're going to use this tool, make sure that when you have it the way you're supposed to have it, that it's going to be tall enough to even do what it's got to do. So when I bought this tool, this is the door that I had in mind. This location, it's quite easy for, I'll say, a child to lock themselves in, and I didn't know what kind of doorknob this was. Maybe someone can give me a little information. This is the key to it. Kind of funky, and it's kind of weird. It actually just don't even go in. You got to kind of go at an angle, get it in, turn it, and unlocks. That's how you unlock it. I did find, however, that this Covert Instruments wafer, help me out here, warded, I believe, works anyway. So that was a nice surprise to find that even if someone gets locked in, if I have my set with me, I can open it up. But this was the door that I had in mind because I wasn't sure what this was at first when I first got into lockpicking. So yeah, if anyone has any info on what the heck this is. If it's a worded lock, great. Anyway, so hopefully from this point, we'll move into the demonstration. I also wanted to quickly mention that during the demonstration, you're going to see that I'm wedging the door shut, because what happens is when you lock this, as soon as you close it, it unlocks. It's probably a safety measure. So you'll see that I have the door wedged.